Okay, so this is the final playthrough of my level design final. As you can see, starts the player out looking at the giant gold statue. Player looks around, sees some torches heading this way, and moving object that lets them know that they need to go up here to continue. Added some bushes and rocks for some small decorations. Again, some simple signs just to let the player know they're going in the right direction. So, as I mentioned before, these are falling platforms. If you're slow, you'll end up falling down here, which then they can just follow up the illuminated staircase to get up. So it's not a big loss, but it just allows players who know they're falling platforms to get across quickly, and players who don't will end up falling, and it teaches the player that they're falling and that they need to do something about it. Now the player can't get past this section until they realize that they can shoot and freeze the falling platforms. By having it placed up there, they realize that they have to do something to it in order to get it down, and so they'll shoot it and realize by shooting it multiple times on accident that they can freeze them as well. Now here it lets the player choose between doing this slower route, which is objectively easier. They can go up there and then jump back down here if to gain some speed on it, because it is a lot slower. I personally prefer doing the falling platform stuff because it is faster, and for time's sake it is just easier for the video. Oh, just missed it. But yeah, so this one you can mess up a lot more easily. There are multiple ways you can go about doing it, just so long as you don't stand on a platform for too long, you'll be fine. Get on this moving platform, and then you're good to go. Again, these moving platforms are designed to help slow down the gameplay, help the player breathe for a bit, think about everything they've just seen. So they've been introduced to falling platforms, freezing the platforms, and the moving platforms. And so this section of two just really slow moving platform obstacles are just designed to have the player think for a bit and relax and not necessarily feel too under pressure. Now I like to start solving this puzzle here rather than up here where it gets introduced, just because you have just a slightly better angle to get it solved, as I realized, which makes it for slightly faster. Oh no, I missed it. For just slightly faster puzzle times, which if I want to get this under the appropriate time, I kind of need to almost speed run my game. Oh. There. Just put it there because then it'll be easier to just slowly move down by rapidly firing. The player, because of the timing for the matinee, when they get up here, they are greeted with it running away and the other platform moving forward to show them that they could in fact get hit by it. That almost was bad. Then when they get across, they just see these and realize they have to just run for it, make it here. Another checkpoint. I added a bunch more checkpoints just because I wanted to be more forgiving to players. Just gonna move that down. Ugh. This should be fine. Oh no, it's just slightly too high. The annoying thing about this puzzle is it's really hard to get the top one with the... That's weird. Okay, there we go. There, that should solve it. It's really hard to shoot the farther away one while that other one is there in the way, so you kind of have to like shoot it, have it sit down for a bit, and then go. Now for this, you just have to kind of move it down a bit and look around over there to look for the shadow. because that'll be the other moving platform. And then if you time it right, you can actually get up onto there right after. I did not, so now I have to wait for it to just slowly move me back up, which is a slight pain. And then you just get up here, another checkpoint, arrow, some torches, guides the way to the tunnel, and then you just kind of have to head down here. See that, and you see a moving platform, and you realize, oh, it's another moving platform and falling platform puzzle like the one we just did, but this one is slightly more difficult. I would say it's more straightforward, but it's just like more like taxing because there's more. Like, yeah, now I have some platforms. Before I didn't have those, and it was really hard to beat, but I added them in because otherwise like, time-wise, it would be really hard to meet the time requirements, because doing these kinds of puzzles can be really difficult, especially because they're just, a majority of it is like reflex based, and so if you're not really fast, you're not going to have an easy time with them. So yeah, I added checkpoints there too, so that way partway through the puzzle, oh, I messed up. Yeah. I'm using F to reset because it's just faster than falling down and resetting. Whoops. I still have that weird thing in it where it doesn't register the first hit when it respawns, which is kind of annoying, but I've gotten used to it, and I mean, ideally it would be fixed, but I couldn't figure out what was causing it in the code. And it's not like game breaking, it's just like a tiny annoyance, really. And I made it. Now there's another platform there with the checkpoint on it. Oh no. It actually gets a lot easier from here on, just because the next section is just jumping from moving platforms, which is a fairly simple. Okay, I think I can get there from here. The jumps on this, I wish I'd changed them so you could jump slightly higher, because like I almost didn't make that, even though like it seems like I should have been able to. I made it to the checkpoint there, and now I just kind of like jump from one of these to the other one, then I'll just be on top there and be next to the gold oh. Of course, while I'm explaining how easy it is, I fall off. That's just karma though. Yeah, so you just kind of, you can walk off these even. You don't really even need to jump because they're just designed to be really simple and just have it be like the last moments before you finish. And then you're greeted by a pathway of torches and the golden tower you've been trying to get to, and another checkpoint, so that way if you fall off now, you can still get back. And that is my level.